Welcome back to Hardcore Ultimate Iron Man. Starting off today, out in the desert, because we need to mine up a piece of granite. And we need this for the quest we're about to do. Up at the Sinclair mansion, we talk to the gossip, and strange things are afoot once again. Everybody's gone. They just left. And they've locked up Anna safely in the Sears Village jail for the murder. So at least everybody didn't leave. But that's not the person that we said was the murderer. Never mind. Apparently they got new evidence from one of the other family members that was really conclusive. So they just threw out all of our detective work. Either way, she's going to court now. But then everybody left, which is a little strange. Because also, King Arthur has disappeared. And also all the knights. So, out here, near Sears Village, everybody is leaving. Or missing, at least. Start King's Ransom. This looks like an investigation for me. Start by asking the guard if they have any information here. Whole bunch of possibly missing persons. Either way, I'm here to help. Because once again, he is incapable of continuing the investigation. They've got a lot going on right now. And they're connected. Since the old Sinclair, who was murdered, is the one that gave King Arthur the castle over there. So nobody was happy about that in the first place. This all seems very connected in order to reclaim the castle. As far as evidence is concerned, nobody can go inside for investigations, which isn't ideal. So since we are not technically involved, we can go do whatever we want. We just need to find a way into the house first. Because when everybody left, they locked the door. And presumably, you can open it from the inside. Or maybe they just locked a couple people inside the house. Be strange. Either way, we're going through the window. We can shatter this window. Smash. And we're in. Now we can look for evidence. And also talk to people. Here's a piece of scrap paper. It's lying on the ground. Looks like half of a note. Meet at Camelot Castle. Will storm something. She'll ensure something. The servants silence. That's not looking too good. But it's only half of a note, so not exactly the most conclusive bit of information. We also have an address form here. Change of address from the citizens of Sears Village. Someone's trying to change their address. Interesting. And if we search the bookcases, we find a piece of black knight armor. very out of place. It's also very small, apparently. Unlike the black full helm that we brought, which is the right size. You can ask everybody what's going on. And no, Donovan, we are not here to murder you in your sleep. One, you're still alive and not asleep, so weird. No. They must have said something very threatening to the servants before they left. If they think they're going to be murdered. Pretty concerning. I'm here investigating, figuring out what's going on. They were very secretive, but then they suddenly left. Also, are you guys still locked in here? Don't we try to open the door? I smashed the window. Is that okay? Nobody can enter or leave this place. Because they were told that a curse had been placed on them. If we left the mansion, they would instantly die. Suspicious. You cursed too? Hey, I just broke in. They're under strict orders to not talk to anybody. Or they'll be killed. Yeah. Not great. Not great for anybody. Go open the door from the inside. Nope, it's locked. A door that's locked from both sides. Fascinating. Unfortunate for everybody in there. We found a little bit of evidence. I'm gonna go talk to the guard here. We know that the Sinclairs have left an address form, so they premeditated their departure. But they didn't say where they're going on that form, so not the most information. We also have a link to Camelot from this scrap of paper. Maybe with a camel? No, no. It's torn in half. They're going to Camelot. And with the connections we already have to King Arthur, that's enough for information here. And the last piece of evidence that we found inside is this Black Knight helm. The only Black Knights around here work for Morgan Le Fay, sworn enemy of Merlin and King Arthur. So that's another connection. With all this, we have enough evidence to say that there's something afoot. Now we just need to go to the Sears Village Council so they can review the evidence and we can get to the bottom of this. Next month they'll get to it. It'll take a few days. And then after that, everybody goes on holiday. This is going to take far too long for my liking. So I'm going to take matters into my own hands. Of course. We need to find more information here. Talk to the gossips. See if we can figure out more information about the Sinclairs. The family is a mess. Lord Sinclair is dead. All the children are terrible. And they're gone. The mansion and the connection to Camelot, which they were not happy about at all. And Anna is in jail. So we can go talk to her, maybe. She doesn't even have a lawyer. She'll be guilty verdict for sure. So now, let's go see Anna. This really isn't a very big jail. And we are moonwalking. Anna. Hi, how you doing? So why are you even in here? Since it wasn't you. It was your brother. We found the correct evidence, and the evidence they used to put her in here was forged. We had the correct fingerprints, everything. They really threw her under the bus before they moved on to Camelot. So she will help us if we help her. We will be her defense lawyer. Because nobody else wants to. So we just need to get some evidence, and she'll tell us about a secret passage. If we can get a not guilty verdict. We don't have much of a choice, so we shall. And we got a piece of thread from her pants. Now we can go and talk to everybody back in Sinclair Mansion. We already talked to them earlier when we were doing the first murder investigation. So we're just going to skip ahead. We know exactly what was happening the night of the murder, who was messing with the dagger, the fingerprints. So we're just going to head straight to the trial. Doesn't look like we have much information from Anna's perspective, since we just said we'd go collect evidence, but instead we're going straight down. But we can do this. Court is in session. And Alan is writing down the notes while sleeping. Determining guilt or innocence of Anna Sinclair for murder. The prosecution is ready, and so am I. I look ridiculous. But also, the funny wigs also look ridiculous, so here we are. Prosecutor is going to go first with their evidence. They found the dagger with fingerprints of Anna Sinclair. And a thread which matches her clothes. And of course, the poison that was bought by the defendant. So now, all we need to do is show that all their evidence is nonsense. We do call a witness. We'll start with the butler. Butler Hobbs. I want to ask him about the dagger. It was on display in the library, and he only saw Lord Sinclair handle it. And as far as he knows, nobody has ever handled it, except for Lord Sinclair, and possibly Frank once, But at any rate, other people can touch the dagger, and it's easily out in the open. So it's not difficult for anybody to have used it. And the fingerprints could have been planted. Now I can call a different witness. Let's get the dog handler out. Pierre. What do you know about the poison? The poison salesman came around, and literally everybody purchased some. All the kids to do some chores. And it was incredibly potent stuff. Easily could have been used partially for the chore and partially for the murder. Even though the defendant didn't do their chore, that's not proof. Anybody could have poisoned him. Would have been easy. The maid, Mary, what did you see on the night of the murder? They were just making dinner, and on the way, they didn't see Anna, but they did see a man. So that doesn't even place Anna at the murder scene. And that's not very good evidence for the prosecution here. Somebody else was there. And that casts some real doubt here. I like to call the handyman. And ask him about this thread. It's green. Could be Anna's, could be David's. It's always the same color. So you can't know for certain who it was. And everybody knows that they wear green. Easily could have thrown suspicion. So we have systematically destroyed the prosecution here. The jury announces not guilty. So Anna is free to go. And also, we get balloons. Fantastic. About our deal, she'll explain once we get out of here. A valiant success on our part. And again, we get mocked. Just tell me how to get into Camelot, and then we can be done with this. There's a garden temple around the edge. We pull a statue's arm, a secret entrance will appear. Going straight in. And then, once we're inside, we can figure something out. The statue in question. Pull its arm. And we get a secret tunnel. Very convenient. And this all was a setup for us. Anna and David were working together, along with all the other siblings. And now they're going to deal with me. They didn't come here without a plan, though. So we're going to be taken care of by Morgan Le Fay. We're the meddling adventurer. And now, we demand to know where King Arthur and the knights are. They're all quite safe. But they're tired of dealing with me. So we get whacked and thrown in prison. Here's all the knights and Merlin. So that's great. We've all been captured. And I swear this was part of my brilliant plan. So I could bust everybody out of here. First up, where is King Arthur? They turned him into a granite statue and taken to the Black Knights. The connection between Morgan Le Fay and the Sinclairs is that they both don't like Camelot. So they teamed up. Got to serve as the Black Knights. And they overwhelmed these guys. Also, they stole the Holy Grail. So, that's good. So what's the plan here? Teleport everybody out? Unfortunately, Merlin can't cast magic right now, which really does hinder plans here. For escape, and also for fixing all the other problems. Reclaiming Camelot from the Sinclairs, Merlin can do by himself. They don't know he doesn't have magic, so he's going to get them to leave. As long as Morgan doesn't find out. Retrieving the Holy Grail shouldn't be too hard. This could be in Keep Le Fay somewhere. I can deal with getting to Keep Le Fay. That's a non-issue. Or better yet, we can break all the guards out. All the Knights of here out of jail. And then they can deal with the guards. I'm sure we can manage that. Just unlock the door. And saving King Arthur shouldn't be too hard. He's been taken to Black Knight's headquarters. We just need to get a spell to undo the fact he was turned into granite. And we have our sources for that. Wizard Cromperty. Alright. There's also a vent here. We can make a human pyramid to get Merlin out. And now, we just need to bust out of jail here. Grab a telegrab on this guy, steal a hair clip, and we can bust through this door. We've got tumblers, we've got heights, from 0 to 5. And we can switch the heights of each one individually. So we just need to try the lock. 4 is 0, so that's easy. And none of the other ones are. We only have a certain number of guesses, though, unfortunately. So there's a strategy here. None of them are 1, so that's useful. Two is 2. None of them are 3. That one. And there we go. We We got a very good combination there. And now all the knights are dealing with the renegade guards here. So we can just pop up to the top and get the Holy Grail. They had a riddle and everything, but it was obviously in the short pink container. So that takes care of that. We're free. We got the Grail. Now we just need to go save King Arthur. Hello, Wizard Cromperty. I need another animate rock scroll to save King Arthur. He's also granite. So we got a little bit of granite that will help. We know of your experience with this kind of thing. Being turned into a statue is very similar to being teleported into a rock. We're going to need a little bit more oomph to the spell, because it's magic based. To do this, we need the Holy Grail and a piece of granite. That's not hard. And now we have the spell scroll. So we're good to go. We just find the statue, read the scroll, and that should do it. Black Knight's Fortress. And we need a disguise to get in there. But again, very easy. Bronze Med Helm. Iron Chain Body. And we're winning. Easily gaining entrance to the fortress. But then this Black Knight is trying to stop us from going into the secret wall. But that's supposed to be a secret. Not like he can actually stop us, though. Should have just paid no attention, and maybe he would have got to live. No? Do I need to kill everybody? I can totally go in here. You can't stop me. They have upped security slightly. So this need to stop pretending to be a guard and start pretending to be a Black Knight. And then we can go into the secret passage as much as we want. If everybody knows about the secret passage, it's not much of a secret, is it? And down here, we've got the statue of King Arthur. Casting our spell. No longer granite. Also, we got a cool hat that looks like his face. King Arthur. Freed. Now he just needs to get out of here. And we have a disguise for him. He really trimmed it down by putting on this chain body. So now, he can get back to Camelot. Unless the guards are going to be really concerned about a regular guard coming back through the secret passage. Either way, we have succeeded in thwarting all the plans here. Everything is back as it should be. The Sinclairs won't be messing with them anymore. As a reward, we get 1 quest point, 33,000 defense experience, 5,000 magic experience, an antique lamp, and the Knights Waves training ground. Typically, you would do this quest for like access to piety and all that. My main reason for coming here today was this lamp. Because that is 52 herb lore. We can make super energies, but that's not the main reason. Also, while we're here, I might as well do the training grounds. We're going to cheese it, and it's going to be hilarious. We need to fight all of the Knights of the Round Table. They drain your stats. We can only use melee. Can't use prayers. But I'm sure strategy will prevail. For this to go smoothly, we're going to want some potions. I'll get a full super attack here. And I've gathered these supplies to make some stat restore potions. Harlanders, red spider eggs. These will be very useful. Since if we let them hit us, they can drain stats. Of course, we're not going to be letting them hit us. That is the plan. So let's go grab some food, just for the few times they might hit us. And then we're ready to go. I also sipped an defense and strength potion at the Warrior Guild. So now, we're ready for the Knights. All 8 of them. Let's do it. What we need to do is get them stuck behind here. Super attack. And then we wait. And then we flinch them. They can't hit us, so they can't drain our stats. And this is what we do for the entire Knights training grounds. We need to fight Sir Bedivere. Not like that. Sir Peleus. Sir Tristram. Sir Palomides, who is only weak to crush attacks, and unfortunately our crush weapon is a rune pickaxe, which is just barely cutting it here. We could have gotten a mace or something, but it doesn't seem necessary. So close. Rune pickaxe, not up to the task. So I need to go and find myself a better crush weapon. Also maybe a better stab weapon. Well, if I have a crush weapon that's actually decent, that'll take care of it. Yeah. I was going to try a stab with the Dragon Scimitar too, so that's not going to work. Alright. A better option. Let's go find one. The all-in-one solution to our problems, I think, is the Dragon Mace. Not only does it have much better crush and much better stab, it also has a usable special attack. So this should be our ticket here. We spent 50k buying it, then we can alch it for 30k. So realistically, we're losing 20k in order to actually be able to complete this. So I'd say that's worth it. Let's get back to where we were. Oh yes. This is much better. No knights are going to be despawning on us now. Way better than trying to use a pickaxe. Sir Lucan. Sir Gawain. Sir Kay, where we had to choose between stab or crush. We're just going with crush, because we have much higher accuracy with crush. And lastly, Sir Lancelot. I hope they're not mad with me for cheesing their whole training grounds thing. But if they didn't want me to do this, they shouldn't have put so many training dummies in here. Alternatively, maybe they should train more on the training dummies. Figure out how to walk around them. Seems like a pretty big blind sight for the entirety of the Knights of the Round Table here. Sir Lancelot, even though he is weakest to slash, is still very strong. Level 127. And appreciable amounts of defense. We managed to get through this all without really taking any hits, so we didn't need to use the restore potions. But this whole thing takes quite a while, so we did use all of our stat boosts. And there's our reward. 20,000 XP in all the melee combat stats. Also, we can set our respawn point to Camelot, which is hilarious. New respawn points and banks are not rewards for us. Always funny when that's a thing. Also, chivalry and piety, once we get to 60 and 70 prayer. That also left us incredibly close to 68 strength and defense. So that's good. But now, it's time to put this 52 herb lore to work. We return to Fairy Tale Part 2. When we left off, we were tasked to come and steal the secateurs back. And there we go. Literally that easy. Why we waited so long to do so is because we didn't have the stats to finish the rest of the quest. But now, we can bring these back to fair enough. Here are the Queen's secateurs. The Godfather had no clue I was taking them. We were very sneaky. Return it to the Queen. Do some magic. But it's not enough. There must be something that we can do. And there is one option. We need a potion of magic essence. To make this, we need a star flower for its magical properties, and a Gorax claw, because Gorax drain the life of their prey. Combining them, we can get the Queen's life essence back. Starflowers are only found on the higher planes, so we're going to have to access it through the fairy rings. But first, let's take on a Gorak. Gorax have a typeless attack style, so we can't get away with just praying something. Although our defense will help a bit. Also, they're level 145, so there's that. Let's see if we can do this. We just need one claw here, so it should be manageable. We got a decent amount of food. Doesn't look like they have much in the way of defense themselves, so that's also good. Oh yeah. We got this. They're some crazy looking thing though. And you can see their claws. My goodness. One Gorak down. And we get the claws. Now we need to get out of here, so we can go get a Starflower. And the Starflower we found in the Cosmic Entities plane, which is just out here. And it's looking absolutely wild. Don't need any of this. We got some crazy bubbles and floating in the void. It's absolutely quite something out here. There's a cosmic being hanging out. Humans don't typically come here. We're looking for a starflower. They have short lifespan. They grow and die in only a few minutes. But if we stay around, we'll find some somewhere. So far, the only thing that's growing here is potatoes with cheese. But there's a little starflower growing right there. Another one. Another one. They're slowly coming in. An interesting life cycle for these crazy plants. Can't examine any of the other crazy things going on out here. There's one. Pick a starflower. Fantastic. And like that, it withers up and dies. Starflower in here requires 57 herblore. But that won't be a problem, because I am prepared. Using spicy stews to boost +5 herblore. And to get the spices, we're having our wily Hellcat fight the Hellrat Behemoth. Insert wily Hellcat. And we've brought raw Karambwanji to heal if necessary. With the amount of work that we have put in to get this wily Hellcat here, we definitely don't want to be taking any unnecessary risks. Because it would be a very bad time going back to a kitten. That would not work out whatsoever for us. The Hellrat Behemoths are pretty large, pretty strong. But our cat is the strongest cat, so they can take it. And then we just use the brown spices, make a stew, and eat it. That time it did nothing, so we go again. Insert the Hellcat, get the spices, make the stews, and then just hope that the stews give a +5, which is the maximum possible. Can be a fairly slow process, but still a lot faster than going and training herblore. Especially for us. Especially for us. It's also possible for the stews to drain your stats. So I just grabbed some more brown spices and came up here to Ferox Enclave, where we can automatically restore all of our stats whenever we want. And now we can try multiple stews. That was a +2 boost. That's not enough. That brought us back down to regular. Accidentally ate that stew instead of putting a spice in it. Fantastic. 55. That's not enough. A few stews later, there's 57. We can add the starflower, crush the Gorak Claw, and make the Essence Potion. Very good. Also, we get a genie, so that's fun. I think I'm still going to just put all the lamps in herblore, because there's other things we can do with herblore later that are also going to be beneficial. And having those available would be nice. So now, we have the potion. Just need to bring it back to the queen. We literally just come in here, pour a potion on the queen of all fairies, and she is good to go. Right up. The last thing she remembers was confronting the Tanglefoot along with the Godfather. Which is a bit of a twist here. We knew that he was involved, but he was literally there and attacked her. And the Godfather has taken over Xanaris, took your magic Queen's secateurs, and they didn't even get to the Tanglefoot. They only entered the lair, and then she got attacked. Attacked her from behind, left her for dead, took control, summoned orcs. Just a huge mess. And now we're all in hiding. So yeah, things have not gone well. Unfortunately, there's nothing we really can do about it right now. With the few fairies that managed to escape, there's no way to take down the Godfather. We need a better plan. And until then, that's us. Quest complete. $3,500 Herbal XP, 2,500 Thieving XP, 2 quest points, Fairy Ring access, which we've had for a while, and this lamp into Herblore for 2,500 more. So that is all very nice. But the reason we wanted to do this quest is actually right here in Xanaris. Fairy Fix-It's shop, where we can get a fairy enchantment scroll for 100 coins. Fantastic. And then over to Fossil Island to chop Silioceps to get mushrooms. We have to be aware of the tar monsters here, so I brought some food. We will see if this moves around as we chop it, or if we can get enough mushrooms before that happens. Oh, the tar monster's here. Please leave me alone. I am just a wood chopper. Chopping. Nope. Attacked by a tar monster. Well, that's not good. Probably easiest to hop worlds instead of just standing there getting assaulted. And there is the 10 mushrooms we need. So with our fairy enchantment and 10 mushrooms, it's time to make a fairy ring. The fairy ring in our house requires 85 construction to make, and we only have level 84. But that is easily solved with a cup of tea. The crystal saw would not work here, since mushrooms aren't furniture. But drink that, and a fairy ring is ours. Using this fairy ring, we now have access to the play-around house fairy ring. So now, we don't particularly need the Artie cloak always on us, since it's much, much faster to just teleport to our house and then use this fairy ring. So that is fantastic. Another massive improvement to our ability to get around the game. We are still working in so much as we can to get random events to upgrade our pool. So Instead, we'll focus on the next upgrade that's available. And the beginnings of that goal next time. Goodbye.